Hey guys, I'm SELLERZ and welcome to another episode of my competitive setups. Today we are on Slums hardpoint and you're going to want the spawn at the bottom of the hill for the best set for, well, anchoring. You always want this spawn and we're going to start at the bottom. Anchor will go first, we always go with the anchor first. You'll want him double D watching, I'd say graveyard straight away, and then he can rotate around to blue, everything like that. He can rotate around to police car, coffee shop, watching. I'll just get the coffee shop quickly, so he can just watch cider bricks. But really straight off, you're going to want him to watch around graveyard. Slayer, if he spawns in the right place, you're really going to want him to push blue straight away, take anybody that's coming mid street. If he sees nobody, maybe check around quickly. Check around, check jump over, and then you'll really want him to stay around blue, maybe cut in, watch grave a bit, and just stay around that bit. Straight off of spawn as well, your two SMG players, you'll either want one to go through graveyard or you'll want both to come around here. Usually they'll be chucking smokes and everything, you chuck grenades, but first person you really just want him to dive straight in and just get a good setup so he can watch it. Second guy, he can either jump in, he can either be a bit cautious and just like rotate around to and then face grave, or he can just go a bit more stealthy, just going around the side of bricks and then popping out and killing anybody that's at the front there. But really you'll want one guy just sprinting in straight away, and then if your support player dies, then he can face away, but if he doesn't, he can start climbing up, watch Bear Grave, watch Bricks at the same time. But really, it's just Anchor watching Graveyard, Slayer at blue, and then your two SMGs running Brick side and just controlling the hill from there, and then you can rotate and stuff depending on who dies, and that way you'll always regain spawns. But we're back here on the next hardpoint. You want the anchor around this area, so he can either jump up here, watch there, he can either jump on the yellow trash can, watch blue stairs, everything like that. He can jump on top of red car, watch the coffee shop and everything, whatever. He can watch mid stairs, but this is the most important for this sort of hill, is your Slayer. You're going to want him either coffee shop, police car, or double D. If he's not there and the enemy pushes coffee shop and they like hold it and they just like take shots of your anchor and stuff, you will, I'd say most of the time you will lose spawns and you'll spawn over by the laundry. So you're going to want your Slayer really rotating around this point, making sure nobody's pushing coffee, or he can take some shots around double D blue area, but the SMGs you'll want in the hill, probably you'll want one guy probably around the back area, just really watching blue stairs. Maybe this guy could be an AR, or you could really just like really push up and just sit there. One can watch mid stairs. If the other guy's in the hill, he can just push up, watch that entrance. Or you can just have one guy controlling both stairs and this guy just for backup at the very back. So if they do break this guy, because you can't actually physically see a guy if he sits here, and he can just wait. If a call out comes, he'll pop out, take shots at mid stairs and stuff, and then that'll be easy kills for this guy. But next hill is over at Junkyard. The anchor for the team will want to be around Fountain, or around Fountain area, so you can sit here, watch Red Van, head glitch behind here, head glitch behind here. You really just want him keeping spawns around Fountain, around the blue around the barrels, watching back alley. This is quite a nice spot. You can watch back alley, call out, take shots, and then your Slayer, he'll be around this area. He'll be more or less pushed up either graveyard or around the white van area, making sure nobody pushes anchor. Anybody pushing here, he'll just rotate around this area. just picking up kills where he can, stuff like that. But he'll really make sure nobody can get to the anchor. If somebody does break him, he'll spawn back at the anchor and then he can rush back up again. If somebody does call out they're at blue, he can just pop round here, take shots and everything. But your two SMGs, I see only most teams go for one SMG in the hill. Most teams really just sit behind this blue van and watch blue street and everything like that, watch back alley from here, make sure the anchor doesn't get pushed, and then your SMG will either be around here, around this area watching graveyard as well, or just sitting in one of the corners making sure he doesn't get shot from anywhere. So that's really what the SMGs will do. One will sit in the hill, I mean they could both sit in the hill, just like one here and then one here, and if this guy calls out that he needs help, this guy will just rush around, take shots and everything behind yellow dumpster. But that's really what you need to do. You really need to be spaced out. Next hill will be in the garage, and that will be really just simple stuff again. Just your anchor, you'll want him around fountain. Really like just holding spawns, being defensive around fountain. If he needs to, just watch blue street, but really the anchor's job is really just keep well back and just watch side window, call out side window, and that's it. If the hill's getting contested and then it's uncontested really quickly, it usually tends to be somebody's run back alley, so you know, just watch that, be careful, be cautious. There are a few places some teams usually want him around blue street, making sure nobody flanks or anything like that, making sure that the anchor is safe from the right and he can focus purely on that side window and stuff. He can be in graveyards, he can be pushed up a brick side as well, making sure nobody's coming through there. But usually you'll want him around graveyard or blue, just making sure that he can cut off anybody that's coming close, anyone's that trying to flank, and then your two SMGs can just focus mainly on bricks. Sometimes you could literally use just don't know why I put there. You could just have one guy watching graveyard if the guy is over by blue street. If he's in graveyard, then both players can just literally, you can watch the window, one guy can sit here, watch the door, and you can just focus purely on just brick side really. If your Slayer's doing well and if your Anchor's watching your side window, then you can just watch it and just stay safe. But that's been the end of the Slums one. Slums is a tricky map because Slums has turned into how far can you get up the map without flipping spawns. So usually some teams that have realised this, their anchor will be a lot further up than he should be, and if you do manage to kill them, it'll be quite easy to flip spawns. But at the same time, it's quite difficult to do that because they'll usually always have one guy spawning back just because they're that far up and they've got a good mid-map control. But it's as the same, it's always setups, it's always gaining that map control, stay level with the hardpoint, and I hope you guys like this episode on Slums. Comment below your feedback telling me if it's good, you don't like it, what to improve on. And remember, like, comment, subscribe. See ya.